Ashley, what's our fifth topic today?
Next up is David H. Hey, John, just read on IGN that Sony is making a new production company called PlayStation Productions to turn its video games into TV and movies to be made in-house by Sony. Do you think that Sony can make good movies, especially seeing the backlash they got for Sonic?
Well, can Sony make good movies? Yes, Sony has made some wonderful movies. I just introduced you to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, ladies and gentlemen. What I thought was probably the number 3 best movie of the year. Not number 3 best comic book movie, number 3 best movie of the year. Can they make great movies? Yes, they can. They can make some bad ones, but they can make some great ones too. Now, for those of you going, wait a minute, what's this all about? Here's the basic rundown of the story. This comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter. Sony Interactive is launching PlayStation's Productions, a production studio devoted exclusively to adapting best-selling Sony video game titles like Metal Gear Solid, Uncharted, God of War, The Last of Us for TV and film. The new enterprise will be led by Asad Kizilbash and overseen by the chairman of Worldwide Studios at Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sean Layden, and is quote-unquote already in production on its first slate of projects and has set up shop on the Sony Studios lot in Culver City. You can tell they're new to this business because their stuff is not in production, it's in development. They haven't learned the slang yet. We'll give them a little bit of time to pick up on that. Now, look, some might say, but isn't this just Sony? I mean, Sony's already a movie studio. But think of it in terms of Disney and Marvel, right? Or Disney and Lucasfilm, or Disney and Pixar. Yes, it's Disney, but they've now set up an arm and a branch just totally dedicated to making MCU Marvel films, right? That is, in essence here, what Sony has done with this new PlayStation Productions things. And listen to that list of names. These are names that people have been dying to see movie versions at least attempted. Maybe they'd suck, but they at least want to see them attempted. Metal Gear Solid, Uncharted, people have been dying for that, which Tom Holland apparently is supposed to be attached to be in that. God of War, which just won Game of the Year last year. The Last of Us, which people have been screaming for. And there are a lot others. So what Sony here has done is they've set up now a branch in the division to exclusively dedicate their attention just to bringing these properties to the screen. Rob, for people who are looking for this content to get made, this has got to be considered very, very exciting news for them. Now, look, we've never gotten really great video game material on screen. Will they do a good job? Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no, but at least they're going to take a shot at it here. I'm also very intrigued by the whole idea of it maybe being TV and movies, but whatever. Rob, you hear about this, what's your reaction?
Well, I've often said to people that Uncharted was the first time I ever played a video game that made me feel like I was actually playing a movie.
Right.
Because I was so involved with the characters. And I think it makes sense. I mean, they've been trying to develop an Uncharted film. They've been trying to develop Last of Us. They've been trying to develop all of these things. And they're farming them out. And so why not bring it in where the people that actually made the games or something have some say into how these things are going to be adapted, because they let these video game projects go out to other people. Look, it's hard to make a movie as it is, but to adapt a video game, which is a whole different idea than a narrative of a film, I think it's an interesting, intriguing thing. It just depends how much you love their properties. And look, I'd love to see a great Uncharted movie. I'd watch all of those. Grand Theft Auto. And already you've got how many sequels? We're up to Grand Theft Auto 5 now. But I would like to see, let's see what they do. Anybody that's making new movies, there's more talent that can be employed. We might get better films. Who knows what's going to happen? Special effects technology will advance. If these people are going to spend the money it takes to make these films right, it could be a win-win for all of us, especially fans of the properties.
My question is going to be, my biggest question going into it, though, is what kind of budgets are they going to be dealing with here? Because one of the first things that Disney Plus announced when they were talking about these MCU shows that they're doing is they're going to be getting high, like top-of-the-line budgets for television production. I am going to be curious to see what kind of an investment is Sony going to make in these properties. Are they going to give them the full blockbuster treatment? Are they going to give them CW Arrowverse budget treatment, right? It's going to be interesting to see how all in they are on this or not.
Right.
So I want to ask you guys, do you think this is a good move at this point? Look, basically, there are a few truths in lives. Death, taxes, video game movies suck. These seem to be the constants in life. Do you think this is a fool's errand on Sony's part, or do you think finally a studio is setting up a dedicated division to try to bring these well-known, popular IPs to a narrative big screen and small screen near you? Do you got hope for it? Do you got pessimism for it? Let us know what you think.